don't know what else to tell you. So every time we talk about this, all I have to do is tell you to paint the roll-up door. You don't have to paint anything else. You work for Marvel Legends. You're an indentured servant. All you do is do projects for me, and I pay you in Marvel Legends. So why can't you just go paint the roll-up? You pressed the fucking button, didn't you, Dust?
Yes, I did. The inner workings of a child
of Crashbox
with Crashbox Customs.
Better put some dry brushing on that while you're at it.
Yes.
I love you, son.
Put some patina on that bitch. Put some patina on it.
In front of the entire community. But shit happens. So go paint the damn roll-up door.
Damn, this chair squeaks.
It sure does. You got the J. Ruse squeaks.
Damn.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Now J. Ruse is.
You shouldn't have touched me
squeaking
during NJCC.
J. Ruse is squeaking has some charm, but that's just too much. It's just too much. What's up, party people? Welcome to Enter the Realm, episode 138, the Realm of Collectors podcast. Pull up a chair at the cool table, a group of like-minded podcasts and shows featuring this one, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Nerd Rage Radio, Plastic Fanatics, Figga Bangin', Beer and Bolters 40K, 8 Weeks, Stasis Lock, Toy Detox, Building Up to It, Fresh Communication, and Breaking the Mold. Music from Cobra Law Records is now available. On Nathan Haskell's Bandcamp, you can get Of Cabbages and Kings, along with the rest of the Cobra Law catalog. Send your what's in the fucking box and shelf life videos to
Enter the Realmcast at gmail.com.
And you too can be part of this channel. You can find The Realm on Facebook. Our Facebook group is Realm of Collectors. Instagram, at Realm of Collectors. Shout out to Antoine running things over there for us. Follow the hashtag Realm of Collectors. See what your other collectors are up to. Our website is realmcollectors.com. Check out the blog while you're there. If you're listening on an audio format, Google Play, iTunes, Podbean, Podcast Addict, your mom's phonograph, however you listen, give us a 5-star rating because that's what all the cool kids are doing. This episode of Enter the Realm is brought to you by Agabucks.com. Agabus is the official e-tailer partner of the Realm of Collectors. Visit Agabucks.com today for all your masterpiece and third-party needs. $5.95 flat rate shipping, free shipping on orders over $150. Price matching with other online retailers. And Agabucks, your same as cash reward system. Make a purchase and earn points towards your next purchase immediately there. Visit Agabus.com for details. My name is Chris Pinkerton. If you're nasty, I like yelling at my kids on the internet. Joining me tonight is the Jackal Squad -2, Jisk and Victory Saber 77 are on assignment. I don't know what that means. Going across the bottom of my Google Hangout screen, coming up first is the Enableizer, Brian Brink.
Yo, what's up, guys? So, real quick, when you go to one of these arcades where you pay up front or whatever, and you don't have to put quarters in, it's fucking pain in the ass when you're playing a game trying to beat it, and they're like, no, you can't continue anymore. I was like, what the hell?
Why did they
That's why you
stop
take
you?
your hand off your dick, Brian. You don't pull it out at the arcade.
Why did they stop
all
you?
these joysticks, I was just trying to feel like I was at home.
Were you bull guarding it? Did you spend too much time on it, maybe?
Well, me and Gort had like a half hour left, and we're like playing the Turtles game, the original Turtles game. It was like, we need to beat this before we leave because you pay by the hour. And and basically, they give you one life as soon as you start, and each time you die, you just hit the start button and you jump back in. And then after a while, it's like you couldn't play as the same guy, so then we started alternating which turtles we were. It was a lot of fun. But then we got to this one boss. It was like I totally forgot about this boss. It was some kind of cyborg military-looking bird guy or something like that, and he was fucking kicking our ass. And then before you know it, we're like, we both die, and we're like beating on the thing. It's like, come on, we want to get back in. And then the countdown started, and we lost. We didn't even make it to Krang. I was pissed.
It's because you suck at video games.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So what did you actually get this week out of? What did you get out of that? Was that a heartbreaking disappointment?
No, actually, we had a great time. We went to Jersey Show toy fair or something like that, and it was in like one of those banquet halls of a firehouse type thing.
Oh, like the Wayne show?
Yeah, exactly. Probably about the same size. They said they had 75 tables in there. I guess there were if you forced me to count them. I did pick up a few things. We'll get to that in the next segment, but it was cool. Had the odor at one point, which is nice. And,
Was it more mold? Was there a lot of mold, or was it just body odor?
It was just old. It was so old in there.
Would you guys rather have the mold or the body odor? Short term, not really.
I don't know, man. I think I could take the mold more than the onions, because the onions at NJCC that day was bad.
Yeah,
I think I could rather do mold. I could deal with a little bit of mold smell, like you're in a basement.
Oh, you guys were saying mold.
Yeah, mold.
No, but it was very old there. A lot of old people, old folks.
Old. Got it. All right.
Prices were terrible.
Going down the line. Speaking of terrible, going down the line, up next is my own personal thunder thief, the biggest heel in the business, young Daniel.
What's up, everyone?
Dan wakes up just in time to
just barely, yeah,
to get on the show, and then goes to sleep about halfway through.
Dan, how far are you taking the goatee?
I've actually shaved it or trimmed it down last week.
Is this something that's going to be a permanent thing for now? I guess it can't be a permanent thing.
I thought I was going to shave it off last week, but then I was like, nah, I'll just trim it down, get it manageable.
Fu Manchu and the whatever they call this little.
Oh, if I could, I would.
The flavor saver. Yeah.
Flavor saver.
Hey, speaking of flavor, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Ruse is in the house.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hi. Hey, Jay Ruse, welcome back.
Hi.
That's right. Welcome back. Hi. You weren't here. That's right.
Hi, everybody.
I wasn't.
Hi, everybody. Dust Mites.
What's up, everybody?
Turn this party up, man. It's dark.
I'm trying. These motherfuckers are just dying here, man. Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Enter the Realm. And fuck you, Jeffrey.
Yeah, we're going to get to Jeffrey. We have a special guest coming on at the top of the hour, as they say.
Oh, boy, we're really fucking selling out. Huh? On assignment, top of the hour.
Yeah, we're trying to make it all official like a whistle around here. That segment was so much fun. Let's go down the line one more time in a little part of the show I like to call, "Oh, what'd you get?" Brian Brink.
I actually, it always happens to me. I have nothing, and then by the time Monday rolls around, I got a freaking pile. It's nice. So starting out, again, I told you about that toy show. I am collecting the Takara Diaclone reboot, and someone was selling these Lost in Space little matchbox things, and they're like perfect scale. So I picked up a couple of those for good deals. This one has a KB Toy sticker on that. That's interesting. Very early segue. But whatever.
I wrote that one.
Oh, did you? And I did pick up some powder primes. I got the Moon Racer.
Why?
And because
I thought you're done.
No,
Who's that lady?
You got it, man.
That lady.
Fucking the mayor of Titty City's got to buy the fucking lady.
Dude, yeah, man, I'm almost done. I get the Firestar, and then I got the whole like chug version of the Search for Alpha Trion cast. And I picked up the second half of that weird Legends combiner, the Battle Slash, and also, well, they didn't get those at the show, but at the show I picked up a Harry Potter, actually, Sirius Black figure. For those of you who don't know, I actually do like Harry Potter.
That's a serious waste of money.
Nah, this ain't awesome. But anyway, that's cool. Shout out to Gary Oldman getting an Oscar. I also picked up a Pajami Jamie Jam Luke, Chris.
Oh, damn it.
So the reason why I picked this up was, I'm getting my Star Wars stuff together, and shout out to Doll Life up there. I don't know if you can see it, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a Poe figure and put a Luke head on it, and I'll be right as rain. But the Luke they sent me, the paint's all fucked up, so it looks like he has like eyeshadow on and shit like that. So
Nice.
Chris, I'll give you the arms, right?
Thank you.
Want the
That's
arms?
all I want, anyways.
Yep. And I went hunting today for a few things.
Hunting? You
For
went
people.
hunting?
I did. And I picked up a X-Wing Bondi model. I can't talk.
Metal model kit.
Have another
Yes. It's not metal, it's plastic.
I know it's not. It's plastic.
Cool. But I mean, looking at the box, it looks like you don't have to paint it. I don't know. I've been seeing those pictures of people with their Millennium Falcons, so we'll see how that goes. And then I gave in to the enablement. And I went to my Toys R Us today, hoping that, because everybody was saying, oh, their Toys R Us's are slammed and so busy. I was like, I'm going to go there, not going to have nothing. But no, they had the whole first wave of the Pacific Rim Bondi figures.
Bandai?
Bandai. There you go,
There's
Bandai.
many posts in the Facebook group this weekend. We got to start its own group.
Yep. So
Okay, cool. I'm on it.
Enough.
So that is that. Oh, and one more little thing. I picked up a metal Tonka truck van.
Nice.
Maybe talk about
What was the reason for that?
So when the day I was born, I think it was that same day, my dad bought a Chevy black conversion van, and it was a Chevy Bonanza van, believe it or not. And I remembered having this toy as a kid. And be like, yeah, look, I got my van. My dad's got his van, and van. And so
Took her by the hand.
So this thing, I
If they-
immediately saw it, and I just gravitated toward it. I was like, oh,
This van's a rocket.
And we made love
Okay.
in my Chevy van. And
I was
that's right.
going to say if this van's a Brinken, but I didn't have anything to go with that.
If this van's breaking, don't come a stinking.
Don't come a winking. I had nothing for that one.
All right, young Daniel. I know you got some heat.
I did. Again with a light haul, but this one's a good one. I've been waiting on this one for, as I found out, well over a year. But I have made my second edition into the doll life, and I got this fucking beauty right here.
Nice.
Mr. J.
That's the Asylum one, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell our audio listeners what the fuck you got, Dan.
This is the Hot Toys Arkham Asylum Joker.
Nice.
Fucking beautiful. It's out of the two I have, it's definitely my favorite, mainly because I can actually fuck with it a bit.
Yeah, that suit on the other one's kind of limiting, right?
Yeah, no, it is, and I worry because I don't want to stretch it. Whereas this one, the clothes are a little looser, but it's more form.
Okay,
It's form fitting, but it's
Is
very
it like a molded soft goods?
No, the Batman one is just some weird material that's supposed to make it look like a kind of like a tight armor or something like that. It's very sleek looking. So I mean, it's got little excess spots like in the where the joints are where you can bend it, but I still don't fuck with it too much, just because I want to keep it pristine.
I need to buy pants like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Anything else, Dan?
Nope, that is it. I'm just waiting something to come from Maryland this week, and
Oh, Maryland. I heard they got nice weather there today.
I don't know.
Jay Ruse.
I got a lot of stuff. Oh, a lot. And lost a few things too.
Are you gonna tell us about it, or just let us listen to your shit?
I gotta go through. I got my last Chug Transformer
Ever.
ever.
You're done? You're done with Chug?
Well, I'm gonna
Over.
Forever, ever?
Forever. Yeah, Pinchar. I got it. I like it. It's
Nice.
cool. I like the set. The set looks good together. Finally completed. I don't have the fembots, but they're not part of the original bots, so they look good. Happy with them, but I'm selling the rest of it. I'm keeping them.
Let's
I
see,
got,
Figma.
huh?
Oh, I just
Yeah.
saw Figma there, but you'll get there.
I got
It was a
Figma.
Figma. You're imagining.
Akuma
Akuma.
or Akuma, however you want to say it.
Goki as well.
Goki. He's all right. I didn't open him yet. I know his articulation is going to be really good, but I don't like the shiny plastic. And
just spray him with a matte finish. It'll be fine.
Brian and I call him near and far.
Near.
Far.
Okay. Because I have the NECA one. I really like the NECA one. You can't pose it.
Nobody
I don't
gets
get
it,
what
Brian.
you're saying. So
Nobody gets it.
I got Figma Kirito
Ah, that's what I saw.
with the Excalibur sword. It's pretty cool.
Is that the reissue one?
Yeah, that's the reissue one.
Okay.
Oh, Dan likes his
That's
Figma.
why-
Man. He
that's
gets
why it
happy
came-
when he sees Figma. Look at him.
No, my brother collects a lot of Figma or whatever, so I see a lot of it.
Yeah, that's why it came with the Excalibur sword. It wasn't part of the original set.
Yeah, boys. If you want to know what
Figuarts,
excitement is, that's excitement
Yamcha,
right there.
and Tien.
Yes.
Good stuff. Black Series Jaina.
Cool.
Magneto. I haven't opened him yet. He's really big.
Go ahead and get you a cloth cape coming because
It's-
you're gonna want it.
It's really concerning how big he is compared to Marvel Legends. You have him standing up with Legends, Chris? No?
Yes, no, I have a mix of Legend, Reveltech, and Mezco. It's a hot mess.
He's too big, right? For Legends?
Nah, he's fine.
You're saying that. You're saying
Honestly,
that
I
so that
can't
open it.
see that shelf, but you need to just open it anyways.
I don't know.
If you don't have an amazing Yamaguchi shelf in your collection, then I don't know if we can be friends.
Well, there's a lot of that going around lately.
Listen, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. There's plenty of that in the group right now.
So, all right. I think that's. Oh, I got a Star Wars shirt. That's it.
Nice. All right. Dust mites.
Yo, guess what I got this week? This fucking
wait.
cut on my fucking chin.
Oh, that's not on your chin.
It's
That's it.
right under the lip, you fucker. It hit me right in the face. I was pulling a truck on Saturday, a box of fucking Eggos. Fucking landing right on my fucking nose and face.
I was hoping you'd say waffles and I could say my joke.
Oh, yeah, it was a box of waffles that hit me.
Oh, I didn't know you guys sold Hasbro Transformers.
Yes, we do. Set them up and knock them down.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But no, I got nothing this week. It's really busy working. Fucking crazy work week, man. Fucking bullshit, man. These snowstorms are killing us. Every week, another one tomorrow or the Wednesday.
Is
You
there
guys-
another one coming?
Dude, yeah, big one. They just upped it today. So
Yeah, we're supposed to get some weather here. I know. Shout out to my Alabama peeps. Something I don't miss is tornadoes. They're having tornadoes and hail down there today.
Chris,
Yeah.
or Dust, excuse me, you got any eggs and milk and bread left in your store? Is it all?
Nah, you know what? They just dropped this. See, it was supposed to be big last week, and then they downed it and they said, "Oh, we're just gonna get like an inch or a dusting." So everybody like chilled out. I was actually just walked into my house, and then they just alerted, and everything just got up to like fucking 12 inches.
Oh, that's
So the storm was supposed to be going out on the out to sea, and I guess maybe it's coming back now and wrapping around. So we'll see what's up.
Shout out to the European model.
Yeah, fuck the European model.
The European model is predicting 7 to 8 inches.
Yo, back in the day, they used to
I see you,
predict,
Bob.
they tell us we get snow, we got snow. Nowadays, there's just too many choices.
You guys are getting a lot of snow. If you don't get your eggs and your milk and your bread, you're all going to starve to death.
And since when did we start naming snowstorms?
And your children are going to starve too.
But yeah, I'm expecting hopefully a nice little package for next week. It's a little surprise. So shout out to the Latin Santa Claus.
I don't even know what to say about that, but okay.
Hey, Chris,
Hey,
what'd you get?
You
dude, I
say,
went back-
I got a joke. I got a joke.
Uh-oh,
You say,
he's got a
ho,
joke.
ho. You say ho 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 spelled J with J's.
That is good. I like that.
Okay, for the Latin guy who doesn't speak Spanish, that was pretty funny.
I had to say that. Nobody even laughed. Everybody said that's funny, but nobody laughed.
Nobody laughs on this show, man.
called
How many
courtesy.
good jokes that I do that just die on the fucking table, man? A bunch of fucking jackals.
so it's also called courtesy not to interrupt other people, but
Oh, I'm so sorry.
so I actually had a pretty heavy week this week. I went to New York City. No, got molested by other member of the cool table. We'll leave that alone. But I picked up I started my Pacific Rim collection in New York and finished it here in Maryland. So I got let's see, Gypsy Avenger, Bracer Phoenix, and Titan Redeemer, and it looks like the other 3 I have secured will be here this week. I got the Marvel Legends Ghost Rider bike. I got the Marvel Legends Black Widow bike. I got the Marvel Legends Black Panther Walmart exclusive. I got Marvel Legends Gwenpool. Actually, I have 3 of them just because that's how my life is right now. And I picked up some comics. I picked up the Edmondson run of Punisher. Actually, all 3 of the trades. Really enjoying those. I just ripped right into them. And I think that's it.
No Hulkbuster.
No, I think I've decided against the Hulkbuster.
Right.
On this Hulkbuster.
Yeah, I was about to say they're probably going to do one for Infinity
The
War.
one I can make payments on, I'll probably be more, just spending all that in a lick. I'm like, oh, man, it's a lot of money. So
It's a lot of dios, it's a lot of etches. I mean, just
So, question on this Hulkbuster. So it just came out in the last few months, didn't it?
It came out after 3 year, about almost a 3-year wait. I believe it actually came out in like October, November.
Oh, October, November. Okay,
it hadn't been out a long time.
So was it limited run, or is the contingent of people in doll life a lot larger than a lot of us realize?
I mean, it wasn't any more limited than I don't know honestly the answer to that. I mean, it's $850 toy figure. I don't know how many they made.
It's just one of those things like with anything. Even you see it everywhere where stuff's up for pre-order for the longest time or whatever, then nobody fucking jumps on it until it comes out. Then everybody's like, oh, I gotta get it, even though it's been on fucking order for a fucking century.
Yeah, that's kind of this. Yeah, Dan's
you see that shit in Mezco all the time.
Yeah,
similar but different.
Pretty much every Mezco that comes out, there's always it sells out immediately. Most of them do, and people are like, oh. Anybody got this for retail?
Hey, Chris, Josh in the chat goes, can you show us where you were touched? But can you use a doll to demonstrate?
I can show you on a Jaeger because I found one right here. See how the crotch opens all the way up? Yeah. Let's just say this area here.
Oh.
It really looked like you guys had a lot of fun, man.
No, we had a blast. I'll be honest. That was
Were you hurting the next day?
What I remember about that night is pretty amazing.
Were you hurting the next day? Because you were kind of quiet.
I was hurting bad.
Did you have to do like a meeting or anything?
Yeah, I actually had. Luckily, I didn't have to be anywhere till like 11. So,
man,
it worked out.
I know fucking Energy Addict was hurting.
Yeah, he was pretty bad off too.
It feels like I got hit by a truck.
We went to Korean barbecue, and then they had like private karaoke rooms, and
that is the insanest thing I ever heard. Like a Korean barbecue place had the private karaoke.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Yep. Well, that's where Robert lives. It's an up and coming hipster area. So
yeah, it was pretty hipster. It's about 3-4 blocks from Barclays.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to coming back to the city when it's not 0 degrees. No, it wasn't that cold. But every time I've been to the city twice now, it's been cold. And I rode the subway all by myself for the first time.
Oh, so proud of you.
And I only got on the wrong train once.
20 years ago, that area, the only fucking Chinese you were getting was from a fucking bulletproof rotisserie.
Right.
What the fuck? You know what I mean? Through the bulletproof glass. Because that neighborhood was not to be fucked with back in the day.
I can imagine. And then I didn't mention this Tuesday night. Jose and I went out to we went to Image Anime, hung out with the Amazing for a while, and then went and ate probably the best restaurant in all of New York City, Applebee's.
Home
of the entree that's $8 down the street here. It's like 22.
Shout to New York prices.
Yeah, we were right by Madison Square Garden. So, but yeah, it was a good time with Jose too. So thanks to my New York fam for treating the country really good.
You pay for the ambiance.
Yeah, let me tell you. We're gonna talk about ambiance.
Was that a rat? No, small cat.
Small cat, beef jerky. So, all right. So we have a guest at the top of the hour. So we have about 30 minutes here. Brian.
Oh.
I know did you get a chance to get the dredge shovel out and see if there was anything for news?
Here's the waffles dredged in syrup report.
He's gonna say, "Here's the thing." Not really.
Not really. I mean, last week was bad enough. I went looking today trying to fish, and I was just like, "Yeah, this is nothing out."
Oh,
there.
you leave it up to me then. Great.
No. I didn't. I figured we weren't even going to cover news tonight.
Yeah, just we can hit the high points.
So let me know when to start.
Oh, please go ahead.
I
By
feel
all
like
means.
I've seen this before.
We did this.
Yes.
Literally looked at this last week.
So no, this is not the wrong folder, but I did want to correct something. How we were
Oh,
talking
geez.
about this being a flywheel something. This turns out this is some Titans return figure that I didn't know about. So anyway, I just wanted to correct that, make a correction.
Thanks for that, Brian.
Hey.
That kept me up at night.
You're welcome. So Magic Square is making more legends. Is making more legends figures. We have a Red Alert here and Sideswipe.
All right, let me stop you there. They're making it, but have they made anything yet?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
More renders, no releases. That's cool.
Yeah. So
I thought they had some releases already.
there's so
I don't really got my finger on the pulse of the Legends world.
many.
Brian, can you do me a favor? Can you read those letters at the bottom in yellow?
Brobdingnag. Brobdingnag? Bro Bing Ding Nag. Something like that.
That'll keep us busy for 3 minutes.
Yeah. You want to keep going? All right. So anyway, here's Sideswipe in robot mode. And, I know Jisk, I wish he was here to elaborate on his, thing of saying if he could start all over again, it would be Legends. But I mean, this looks
It don't look bad for a Legends class, man. Really looks good.
Yep.
A lot of shit on his legs, though.
Cleans up. And it poses like a nice face
I'm
sculpt.
sorry, Mr. Anti-Chug.
Nice face sculpt on such a small figure. It's pretty cool. Anyway, and they're also making a blaster. He transforms into his boombox as expected.
Oh, good.
He scales with Soundwave as expected. And his chest opens to put tapes in there as expected. Or maybe not as expected.
I like that he has hinged arms instead of the ball joints. That's one thing that always
Yeah.
bugged me about the Legends is the fucking ball joints.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Soundwave looks like shit with the
Hey,
fucking.
Dan, are you in?
No, of course not.
Okay, just checking.
He's coming back. Legends got him coming back.
The hinges got him.
All right,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, this is
Wait on
another
that
company.
Hashtag Hinge Life.
Yeah, this is another company I forget.
Is it Magic Cube? Because technically that's a cube and not a square. That's their logo.
Yeah, it's totally. I mean, look
They know that.
look at the ball joint to the hinge. It's a totally ups fucking grade of Legends figure right there, man. Look at that.
Yeah. And let's see here.
Go to come back.
That should not have been in there. I thought I deleted that. But
Oh, he didn't though. So we got to go back and talk about it.
No, we don't.
Okay.
so Fans Hobby, their gunfighter here, they made a trailer for him. So this is representative of G2 Prime. It was a tanker trailer. Looks nice. You can detach the truck and, so you have your play options here. I foresee excellent floor time on Deluxe Baldwin's channel.
Vroom, vroom.
Hail Hasbro reviews if you didn't know.
Yep. It comes with a ton of accessories. It looks like you get an extra head here for your gunfighter if you didn't like the first head.
Nothing wrong with extra head.
Nothing wrong at all. You got some discs and some Tamashi whatever doodad things that you get, and it looks nice.
Tamashi Nation doodads from the company that brought you Tamashi Nation. Whatchamacallit.
And you can store it in here, and that looks cool. So you can store your accessories. Here's the difference in the heads. I think this is the original head. It's the new head.
You can
This
go
one-
back 2 frames to see which the difference is.
Yep.
Yep, you were correct.
All right. So this one actually is more reminiscent of the G2 Optimus that you got. This one looks more kind of like the Hasbro Battle Tanker one that was released, or the Make Toys one. Actually, the Hasbro one didn't look very good at all. Sorry. The trailer transforms into his battle station. Again, very reminiscent of the original G2 toy.
I like how it doesn't fit in the light box, but they don't care. Let's just take the fucking picture anyway.
Look at all those hinges.
They're paying us by the job.
Hinge life.
I mean, it's cool that it does that, but god damn it, buy a bigger light box.
Yep. And just more close up in on the detail here, you can store the missiles and whatnot. It's really, really nice. I really like the homage to the original toy because you could store all your crap in there too. It looks like it shoots missiles as well.
It does. I just saw a video on Facebook.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
You were on Facebook?
Had to log into the show.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
And here he is with Prime, manning his giant cannon.
Blocko.
I like the placement of the cannon right at the abdominal area.
Yeah.
That's a little high, but it works. I'm not mad at it.
And we actually saw this at TFCon when they had the prototype there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It is a very large piece.
And that's what actually got me to buy this figure at TFCon. I'm not in for the trailer, but just seeing him in action, it's awesome. And as you can see here, there are 2 different versions because they also have a repaint of this figure as
Scourge.
So
do you have both the cabs already?
Just the one cab, just the Prime.
You don't have the Scourge?
Nah, I'm not in.
Man, the original one was like that. That really hooked me into the Transformers again. That one piece.
What, the car robots one?
Yeah, I had the actual car robots. I had the Japanese one.
Yeah, so did I.
With the silly gimmick and the I just thought it was so cool, just the color scheme and everything.
Yep.
And
They nailed it with that, man. Nice scaling. It really was a really good thing.
Ooh, shout out to $300.
Yeah. So
it actually came down.
Actually, so what is it?
I saw it for $199 shipped.
$199.
So many shampoo bottles lost their lives.
Shipped.
Look how shiny it is.
Motherfuckers losing their fucking minds when they saw it was like $240 or some shit like that. Why am I gonna buy that? I can buy the fucking man's toys.
Hold me closer, shiny dancer.
All the cheapo motherfuckers all of a sudden like, I'm out.
Yeah, I typically stay out of those posts, but I subtly trolled that one a little bit.
Dudes 3 months ago were saying, "This is my Omega. This is the Omega for me." 240? Fuck you.
Yeah, they're like, "No, I'll buy the other one now." I'm like, "Well, didn't you like this one?" No, I didn't like it.
This is the Omega for me. They were justifying it. This is the Omega for me. I like this. I like this more. I like that more. 240 now. Fans Toys nailed it. And then they're like, well, DX9's $10 less. I think DX9 nails it more.
I'm going to start selling cardboard cutouts of Omega Supreme for $100.
That's it. For $100.
This is my Omega.
Make it out of the insulation that you make the dioramas from.
Yeah. I'll make it out of foam and fucking popsicle sticks. Fuck you.
for you cheap motherfuckers.
It's 8 feet tall.
He's big, but he's cheap.
All right. And Toy House Factory is making, it looks like a clear MP Soundwave. So I think even the tapes are clear. I only got the one picture because
yeah, we don't need that.
We got time to. We don't got time for this.
Ain't got time.
Also,
somebody actually bought 3 of them.
Yeah, I wanted to show this. So this is what it looks like to have more than one.
It kind of looks ridiculous now.
It does.
And look, their dog penises aren't extended.
Nope.
On Cybertron, they weren't.
On Cybertron.
On Cybertron, this is how my dog penis looked.
Is it the difference in gravity there, Omega?
Let me talk to you, show you my dog penis like it was on Cybertron.
Totally unrelated, but I watched this YouTube guy who has a English bulldog, and the dog, apparently this is pretty common in English bulldogs, had a prolapse urethra, and just blood was coming out of its dick just constantly.
All right.
That was the absolute worst moment in one of the many bad moments in Transform cartoon history. Let me speak to you like I did on Cybertron, because we didn't want an hour-and-a-half episode. Well, Optimus, when I was on Cybertron, these damn constructors really fucked with me. all of a
All
sudden,
right.
super happy.
So this is the one that I wanted to show. I forgot to do the other one. But anyway.
All right.
He
It's
looks
in
good
scale.
for $100.
Yeah.
230. Fuck it.
Well, and what you're bouncing around? Who is this? Wait, what?
That's
What?
it. That's
I'm
still the
sorry.
same
No,
stuff
this
the
is
way-
the one I meant to show. The other one I forgot.
The
Is
to
that
white
the
Jang
shiny,
one,
the
right?
shiny plastic?
Yeah, this is still a white Jang.
Hey, let me ask you a question. When you take the shampoo bottles off, do they come with shampoo in them?
I hope so.
I really don't think it's going to be that bad a quality. Wei Zhang really uses some pretty good
I know,
quality stuff.
but it I don't know.
And
The
you know-
waist, the body's, the torso looks too long.
Can I just say this? You remember Hasbro's version of Omega Supreme?
Yeah,
This fucking kills it compared to that one, you know?
sure. Yeah, that's the angle.
I mean, of course, it's been 10 years, but, just Year of the Snake, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. All right.
I just love seeing those dudes be like,
Yeah, I know.
I'm out.
I know, because it's not super bad looking. I mean,
2 weeks ago, they're in. They can't wait for it. Now, I'm out.
He looks like he's gonna be bigger than Fans Toys compared. If that's MP10,
The one thing this thing that really does have for it, it has all that electronics and it has all the voice clips and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But it's just a novelty.
J-Riz are also looking down here, so maybe.
yeah, we are looking kind of angled down.
All right. So Iron Factory is putting out a repaint of their Windblade figure in her Combiner Hunters colors from the SDCC set, which I didn't sell at NJCC. So thought you might be interested in that. I meant to delete this.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. So this is Masterpiece Barricade next to, I think these are not masterpieces, but I guess
That's
they're
what
in.
Masterpiece is coming to. Then that line is fucked.
Dan, are you in?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. No idea.
I think it's Soundwave.
Move on.
I think this one's Soundwave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is the
both
one
sound-
to the right is.
Oh no, that's Shockwave. Never mind.
Move on.
All right.
Move along.
Move on.
Zeta is putting out a repaint of their Coolsville into the, what is this? The Stepper? Is that what he is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
stuff.
the half step murderer.
So
Okay.
be on the lookout for that if you're interested. This is the studio series from Hasbro showing you the scale of their offerings that are coming out. So you can see the Dorito is bigger than the other guys, and I don't know who that is.
Yo, man, that's nacho cheese.
Oh,
That's see this guy right here, next all the way on the left. The next guy here, yeah. That's crunchy cheese doodle. That's
all right. And there's a lot of pics of these out there. So I mean, I think people are really into them.
Like, people are
Tell me
taking
we don't
pictures?
have any of them.
Yeah. So you got Blackout and you got Grimlock there as well. And then here's some close-ups of the Prime, because why not Prime? You can see this is the Voyager evasion mode Prime.
That was a good figure.
Yeah.
I
Tibbs
have no idea if you're serious or not.
This
No,
no, this
I actually did really like that one.
yeah, and he goes for a good price. It was the first thing I sold at NJCC a couple weeks ago.
Well, what do you mean? What's a good price?
I mean, he was selling for 40.
Fuck, dude. I think I sold mine for 15 like a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And you can see they share the same hands. I thought that was interesting. Moving on. That's the face. It's posable.
wow.
It's got the blades in the back kind of thing happening. You can store them back there. Yep.
Hey, Brian, when you dig hard enough, are you going to hit gold eventually?
Dude, I didn't even see any of these things that Brian.
Eureka! Look, he fucking sits Native American style.
What version is this?
This is the studio series, the new series that's coming out. Oh, J. Ruse.
It looks like shit. It looks like shit compared to the fucking other one.
Oh, I thought you were getting a little.
No, it looks like fucking garbage.
I'm coming back, baby.
All right, and
Yeah, this is the
X2
only thing I saw was news.
and X2 toys. Remember, they were like, "We're gonna make it," and then we decided we're not. And now, well, guess what? They are. They are making it. And this is a masterpiece scaled Teletran 1. One thing to point out here is you see this. What's this, Dust?
It's a auxiliary cord.
That's right. It is an auxiliary cable.
Aux. aux cord.
So, supposedly what's going to happen is you can put your phone in here, and you probably might be able to hook it up some speakers or something, maybe. And
Or maybe it has speakers in it.
yeah, I think so.
What's the retail on this thing?
I have no idea.
I like that they use
Actually,
another company's bases.
What's
I
that?
actually saw somebody put a Nintendo Switch in there and was playing on it. I thought that was kind of neat.
Shout out to Dean Martin's in the house.
Oh,
So
God.
you can see it's really nicely detailed as far as the show goes. This is a really, really
cool.
nice piece.
It just it matters on the retail.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Soundwave Will in the chat says 169 and Lotus Stark said 180 shipped.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's just I'd
holler
rather buy the Wei Zhang Optimist. I mean,
Or you can just
Omega.
holler at your local dial builder and get you something nice made.
All right.
I'm not just talking about
Man,
me.
just start banging some out, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
And here's parts and stickers.
I can
Prime's
only-
like, oh no, I got to put
Lotus
it
Stark
together.
says it has a speaker built in, which is probably why it has that aux cord.
Shout out to Lotus. Thanks, buddy.
Thank
You got stickers.
Stickers.
And-
Don't even know her.
Thanks, man.
Thunder thiefed you, man.
Hey, man, I'm glad someone else did it.
And these are wow, everything's all out of order. Great.
Wow.
But anyway,
Number your pictures.
yeah, I did. They're just numbered
0001. 0002.
000100011. All right.
Yeah, keep going, Brian. You'll get the time code.
Yeah. So this is the fans hobby. What did I call him? What was his name? Gunfighter with his trailer. And this is the the G2. You can see a little stupid G2 Autobot symbol there. And then so we're back
Welcome
on track.
back.
Welcome back here. You can see how they scale with the Masterpiece figures. And looks nice. And it scales with a cat.
This is ridiculous.
And the cat is smelling it. It smells good.
Ridiculous because you're out.
Oh my goodness.
And you can see here that the overall review comment here says that it's faithful to the G1 cartoon, but you can also have it with sticker decoration for more vivid in the exterior and shape.
Those are words. Put in this in.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
And that is all.
All right. Thank you so much. Dan,
Now on to Hot Toys news.
Dan, do you have any Hot Toys news? Or
I
other
do have hot
This
toys.
is where I do the snide remarks, and Chris is happy.
You made plenty of snide remarks to us, so
Yeah,
eat a wafer. All right. Hopefully we don't he didn't dredge here. Go
No, I
ahead, Dan.
didn't. I kept it short and sweet. Just got some new stuff that would be mildly interesting. Mildly.
Go ahead.
All right, so starting out here, we have another release from Diamond Select. This time they are giving us the Homecoming Spider-Man with the Peter Parker head. Their previous release only came with the masked head.
I just watched this and I couldn't Hey, look, everyone's Penis Parker. Meh, meh, meh.
Yeah, I watched it about a week ago.
Yeah. Charlie loves that movie. I've probably seen it a dozen times.
It's a good one. I like the Vulture.
Yeah.
It's great.
Looks like they
But
moved
yeah.
up in the articulation department a little bit. They got an ab crunch finally.
Yeah, they're slowly getting there. They're getting there. But yeah, so you get the unmasked head now. I mean, it doesn't come with the masked head, but you do get this sweet Dio piece.
Is that what that is?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just an accent piece, man. I don't work for them. You got some accessories here, little switchable hands so he can,
I have switchable hand time.
yeah,
Some whip action.
whip.
All right.
Then Figure Arts, Monster Arts, shown off their original movie,
Mecha.
Mechagodzilla.
Mecha.
I think it's like the fourth or fifth one that they've made, but this one's actually from the original
Nice.
appearance of him. He looks pretty dope. Got some nice little detail there.
Yeah, I like all the rivets.
Yeah.
I like his high collar. It makes him look regal.
Little bit of paint detail. Here's the part where the actor inside the costume was look out and see.
No way.
Way.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
here's
had
some
no
stuff
idea
with
that was-
some little Dio pieces.
Yeah, look at that. Fancy.
I hear there's somebody that's in the process of working on some. So
Yeah.
all at your boy.
You might see them before you know it.
Crashing their way through.
That's right.
Flying through your little versus Godzilla action there, so you can see how they scale together and kind of setups you can have.
Yeah.
Boom. Some light.
A magic lightning bolt.
Yeah. Or you can see the actor. Oh, no, the actor's face is up there. Never mind. But yeah, cool looking piece. If I had unlimited funds, I'd be in on the Monster Arts line. Moving on. So, up for pre-order this week is this beautiful lady right here. This is the Mezco 1/12 Collective Catwoman. We saw her, I think, last year originally, and she finally went up for order. Oh, and I guess the day they had her up for pre-order was actually an anniversary of the first appearance of Catwoman. So that was kind of neat. You can see here, got a
That is pretty
kind
cool.
of semi-modern look. With the goggles that can both be up or down.
Be interested to see what kind of posability you can get out of this body.
Yeah, it looks like you can get some little bit decent. I mean, I'm sure you're not going to be able to put her legs behind her head, unfortunately, but as long as you get some good stuff out of it.
come hither.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Little whipping action.
Whipping.
Oh yeah, she just got boots on. Thought they changed it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to come with a couple different heads there. You got the
I think you
kind
get
of neutral
3 different
face.
heads. Yeah.
Little face. And with the neutral face, you know, the little duckness. And then you get the Selena Kyle unmasked head with the hair or whatever, which looks really good. It's very reminiscent of her current comic appearance.
Yeah, that does look nice.
Which looks great.
What are those SWAT figures? Those look pretty badass.
So I saw something about that. I guess these are 1/6 scale. Supposedly somebody was saying that they, shrunk down to make fit for this photo. I don't think that's something that Mezco's working on, or they're just, some
Well, shout out to Dom Toys if you're
some stock
You're-
photos of
yeah.
possible SWAT
that's
officers.
just
I'm not
some stock action there.
but
I
yeah,
like
here
how they put her name on the base, so you know for sure.
yeah. Make sure she's not the black cat, because her suit's black and she's got cat-like features.
Right.
You see, she comes with a backpack. She comes with a whip, some goggles, and 3 different heads there. I really like that Selena head a lot.
Yeah, it looks good.
And speaking of hot toys, we have Loki from Ragnarok. His most
Nice.
recent appearance. He's got some mini swords.
Some swords. I think they'd be knives, actually.
Knives, okay.
What do you guys think about this costume compared to his other costumes?
Knives.
I kind of like his original better.
I like the original as well.
Just a little more to it. I mean, this one's kind of plain Jane, which is fine, but
Can't comb his hair.
it's too bad. Okay, I can see his little. Would this be considered a helmet, or is it just like a headpiece?
I think it's his mating ritual helmet.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he can have at least 2 partners, so good for him.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
it is removable, so you can still have his kind of stoic, starey face. There he is next to Valkyrie and Thor.
Yeah.
He comes with the Surtur head as he's throwing it into the fire. Spoilers.
Dan.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little feature or whatever. It's got a little bit of different paint detail because you did get a Surtur head with it's like the beginning scene Thor in the
Yeah.
movie. That was a while ago.
What's
Now
his
they give
name?
you this.
Surtur?
Surtur.
Surtur.
Then you get the Tesseract. Because no Loki is complete without a Tesseract.
That's right.
There
I
you
can't
see all the
resist.
little accessories. His little mini knives, his stance, switchable hands, posing action,
Cool.
the
dude.
headpiece, head. Good looking figure. And you know what? That is all I have for you today.
All right. Short and sweet, Dan. Thanks for grabbing the non.
Oh, actually, sorry, I had one more thing.
Uh-oh.
This one will be really quick. This just came up today. It's actually by a guy who's also in the rock group, but Marauder Rubin. But Marauder.
I was
Inc.
literally looking at that
Where'd I go?
right now.
Oh God.
So Marauder that's done at 18 scale G.I. Joe, 3 3/4 scale. Well, let's see. NJCC before last had shown some protos for some basically 6-inch scale weapons, 12 scale weapons. And it looks like they've got this pack, and it's very reasonably priced. It's like $13. I'm actually going to order one here. Literally, I was pulling it up on my phone right now because Dan showed it to me earlier.
Yeah, I picked up 2 sets for that. 'Cause, I mean, that's a really good price, $13 for. You got a lot of different guns here. I couldn't tell you what all these are, but you got an assortment of rifles, a handgun, some binoculars and scopes. Just looks like it's very interchangeable. Because I know that's one thing they try to focus on with their 18th scale stuff is kind of interchangeability, and being able to accessorize and whatnot. So it's really good. And at $13, it's very reasonably priced.
Oh, absolutely.
It's done up really well.
Yep.
But yeah, I wanted to show that off and give them a plug.
Cool.
So they make some more.
Speaking of giving a plug, if you're in the chat, go ahead and titty smack that like button for us.
So Dan, who is that again?
That last one, Marauder Inc.
Yeah, I need some guns for my 112 scale.
I'll send you the link.
Cool.
Hit them up
as well.
Yep. All right.
Hit them up.
J. Ruse.
Yes.
You have some photos for us to look at.
I do.
Let's do that.
Sure.
Was that like the Transformers commercial cutscene? It kind of sounded like it.
It was almost, because the first picture is a transformer. There we go.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. This is a segment where we feature pictures from Instagram that use the hashtag realm of collectors. Realm. Is Dust alive? I haven't heard him say anything in a minute.
He's taking a pee break.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. This is my segment. That's right. So yeah, in this segment we feature pictures from. Well, I said that part already, didn't I? I'm all thrown off. It's been a week. Each week I select 5 pictures and feature them live on the show, starting with this picture by @Transformers_pics. It's been a while since I selected a Transformers shot, and I thought this one was posed really well with MP10 with his little energy axe up, holding it down to Fans Toy Sovereign's neck.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
So
I like that one.
I dig this one a lot. The angle, the perspective. You guys agree? Chris? Yes.
Yep.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Agreed.
Good shot at Transformers_pics. This one, Dust, are you there?
Well, take Deadpool out of there and it's good.
Right, that's true. Wait till you see the next one. This shot is by @Jones_toys of some classic X-Men characters sitting at the dinner table or kitchen table.
They're in the kitchen of the fucking X-Mansion, man.
The X-Mansion.
Eating some corn cereal.
Some corn cereal.
Cereal and some
catsup.
Real quick, ketchup or catsup? It's got to be ketchup.
Ketchup.
For sure.
Ketchup.
It's ketchup.
It's ketchup.
I don't know anything about catsup.
No, man.
That's just a cheap knockoff.
That is a skinny box of cereal, man.
It really is. It looks like a book.
What's cool about this photo is, it's a kitchen diorama.
Yeah,
I mean,
something
I don't know
different.
if
Something
exactly
different.
a kitchen diorama, but he decorated it like a kitchen.
I feel like that's the Asylum one that he just kind of spruced up to make it look.
I feel like it's that cardboard one.
Oh, it definitely is.
Is it? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it looks like that molding to the left. See that molding? I remember that being in that.
But that means it's Chris's favorite diorama.
He put a fucking hutch in there with some plants. That's dope.
Yeah, he's working in here.
Fruit basket, a tiled, a cool table tiled fucking table there. It's all tiled up. Nice job.
Awesome shot at Jones_toys. Also new to using the hashtag. So welcome to hashtag Realm of Collectors.
Hey, what's that next to the catsup?
Looks like some sort of salt.
Pepper, maybe?
blue
Fart can.
something. I don't know. It looks like maybe. I mean, to me, it looks like a big thing of salt, or it could be. I don't know. Can you zoom in, see what it says? You know, yeah, and then we lose clarity. No, I don't know what the heck that is.
Oh,
Anybody?
oatmeal. Yep, it's a fart can.
Oh, it's an oatmeal. Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's the fart canister. Is there a hanger anywhere in that pick? If there's a hanger
Hey,
anywhere in
now.
that pick, we got to give this guy something right off the bat. He wins something. No, hands down.
All right. So good job at Jones
That's
underscore toys. Next is at the Eternal Experience with, I'm guessing this is one of those
It's
That's the
a Mezco stealth Deathstroke.
mini
it looks like
dolls,
Deathstroke,
right?
yeah.
Mini
Waiting
doll.
on mine to come in.
Mini doll.
So this is a
Yeah, me
fucking
too.
great shot. And I don't like these Mezco dolls, but the ones that have like this that are partially armored really look good. So like this guy really looks dope, and the lighting and the angle he took the shot at is pretty dope. Good job at the Eternal Experience. What other armored ones are coming out besides this one and Batman?
They're doing
Anything cool?
Punisher.
Iron Man, which has no soft goods. Let's see here. I don't know. My brain's failing me.
Okay. But yeah, this one's cool.
Oh, well, the cable has a lot of armor kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. The cable did look good. All right. Next, Dust.
No.
Wow, another one, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh man, look at the ice cliff over here on Bobby.
Going with the Jim Lee, huh?
Is well, except for fucking stupid
Yeah,
Jugger
and
Colossus.
Iceman too is a little off too, but yeah.
No, Iceman's good. He can pass. He's passable.
Oh yeah, he's passable.
But Jugger Colossus is not. This next shot is by at LCMK2 with Rogue's eyes always fuck me up.
Yeah.
So I can't even finish the sentence.
Hey, you guys.
She's looking here and here at the same time. I don't fucking
Gotta keep an eye out everywhere.
God damn.
She's got her mind on her money and her money on her mind.
It's like fucking Gambit charged her face.
You don't know what happens when you're not around.
That's true. It's an awesome shot of some classic X-Men Marvel Legends. Oh, actually, yeah, Marvel Legends with Iceman, Wolverine, Cyclops, Toy Biz Gambit, which is this is Toy, yeah, right, because he has the finger articulation, which is probably the best Gambit out right now. Colossus and Rogue. Pretty awesome shot. And I think that's another cardboard alleyway diorama.
I like that. I like the Wolverine with the mask off. Looks pretty good. The face
Mask
is a little-
off.
The face is a little weird, but
Mask off.
mask on. Mask
So-
off.
So that's the regular Wolverine Marvel Legends though, right? Or is that a
No,
select?
that's the white card one, isn't it? Because the brown is
Yeah,
so.
the vintage.
Yeah, that's the carded one.
Yeah, it looks like he has hair on the arms.
That's the other telltale sign.
So
Yeah,
that
light brown.
that hood accessory that was part of that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only reason anybody wanted that. And the arm hair.
Well, I like the light brown.
Arm
Shout
hair is-
out to arm
Yeah,
hair.
the arm hair is the seller, man. That's the
Turn on your arm hair.
So awesome shot at LCMK2.
nice. You know I'm a sucker for the X-Men shots. Good.
You're welcome.
I'm a sucker for something.
I didn't say thank you. I said good.
And last but not least, this fucking shot is incredible to
it's
me.
dope.
This is by at Transformer_MP Collector. It's an upward shot. Imagine you were an innocent bystander looking up the
Innocent
side of a
bystander.
building, right? Looking up the side of a building, and you see
Shut
down
the door.
coming at you Spider-Man's foot kicking Venom in the face while Venom's falling down towards you. Fucking awesome shot.
Yeah, man.
It is
This,
dope.
this is so awesome. At Transformer Collector. and Transformer _ MP Collector. Check it out on his page. If you are only listening, this is dope.
I like how clean the background is, real black, and the lighting is just perfect on him. From the left. Looks good.
Yeah,
To the
man.
left, to the left.
It's awesome.
To the left, to the left.
Fucking great. Fucking posing. The poses are just fucking unbelievable. So awesome job. I'm sweating this shot a lot.
The colors pop so hard on this.
Yeah, they do. That red is very vibrant. I don't know if he messed around with the colors.
He might have messed around with the contrast a little bit, but up against the black, that's probably why it pops a lot more.
Yeah, the shit pops. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. This is very
He
well
may
done.
have had to mess with the contrast to get Venom to stand out over the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome. And that's it. So if you want to be featured next week on the show, use the hashtag Realm of Collectors, and you could possibly be featured. And if I feature your picture on the show, your picture will be featured on our website, www.realmofcollectors.com, our Facebook page, Realm of Collectors, and our Instagram at Realm of Collectors.
Realm.
And good luck. Later.
All right. Well, thanks, Jay Ruse, for that bit of information and news. And we have our special guest with us. It is Serpentor.
This I command.
Hey everyone.
Cobra la 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 la.
That's right. The true leader of the big reveal is this is actually the guy that does all the beats. Dust is just the front man. The real Serpentor. Now, Marcus is with us. Marcus is a member of the Realm and is also Marcus. Tell the good people out there in the YouTube land a little bit about what you do.
I'm an assistant manager at Toys R Us here in Memphis, Tennessee, and as everybody can see, the rumors are true. So, yeah, I've been with the Realm a little less than a year. I collect Transformers, SH Figure Arts, anime figures, Storm collectibles, Marvel Legends, things like that.
And you gonna start collecting Hot Toys, right?
Yeah. Provided I have a job by then.
Right. So Marcus, thanks for coming on tonight. Obviously, this has been kind of a hot button issue in the community, as you know, different rumors have been flying left and right, and it seems like every day there's something new. What I've got is somewhat of a news blitz. You know, a lot of people have talked about this and just kind of popped off the top of their head and what they think. I did a little research today and I actually have some articles from some supposedly reputable sites about the rise and fall of Toys R Us and how this is affecting the toy industry as a whole. And we just kind of wanted to get your thoughts and feelings as an insider and see what you think about some of this stuff. So, how long have you been with the Jeffrey team?
I've been with Toys R Us kind of off and on since 1998. I left for 5 years in 2007 and came back in 2012, and I've been with them ever since. So, probably a total of about 15 years.
Wow, 15 years. So, how much different is the company? Obviously, with it closing, but before all this news came out, how much different was the company now than when it was like in '98 when you first started working there?
Crazy different. I mean, you're talking about they did a complete overhaul of practices and operations and everything halfway through the 2000s, and by the time I came back to it, for the most part, it was unrecognizable. It was a completely different thing from when I had left.
Right.
Yeah,
when I left in 2007, we didn't even have a layaway or a ship from store or, an in-store pickup or anything like that. When I came back, all those things factored in.
Right.
And also, did the giraffe disappear from the front of the store? Or was that before that? I can't remember.
They did some kind of rebranding with the giraffe. It's here one day, it's gone the next. It's here, one day it's a real giraffe, one day it's a cartoon giraffe. They've done so much back and forth with that.
Is it
Currently,
true? Is it true that they actually paid you at one point in giraffe meat?
Yes, that's absolutely true. That is a fact.
It's Sloppy Joe Day here.
and for those of you listening, giraffe meat is delicious.
I heard the neck meat was very tender.
That's where the flavor's at. It's in the neck.
Yeah. The first thing here, and I'm kind of, some of this is kind of in order. This actually came out. I didn't realize this at the end of last year. That the Toys R Us had won approval to pay $16 million in bonuses to 17 executives if the company hit their targets during the shopping season. And
14, not 16.
Well, it's the article I'm reading. Says 2 million.
14, 16, whatever.
I was trying to make a joke in regards to the parsecs in Force Awakens. But.
Oh, sorry. You need to go driving some more.
Yes,
You need to pick a good movie.
So these 17 movies would movies. So you got me all fucked up. These 17 executives would get payments. Would be the chairman at the time. I don't know if he still is, David Brandon. And they had an incentive program filed for other employees beyond senior management, such as bonus plans that are standard practices for companies going through a bankruptcy restructuring. So basically, what it sounds like is this was set up to motivate these executives to perform during this, what could be seen as a troubled time for bankruptcy. Did you guys at the store level know this was going on? And if so, what was the feeling?
We had heard rumors about this going on, but we, as far as we knew, this is not true. And still up to last week, once they made the announcements, it still wasn't true. Now I can imagine that, them trying to pay executives to stay on while the company's going through a rough time is definitely a possibility. And I mean, you get different people with different feelings. You get people who, they feel like it's not right, it's not fair, and some people are like, yeah, well, it's just the way life is. So
Sure.
Yeah, I personally don't have any feelings one way or the other on it because it doesn't matter now.
So the news,
right?
So this news is not true. It's just.
As far as I know, it's not true, but that's just what was told to me. So I can't speak on it from anything personal that I know.
Well, I was going to ask you. I was like, because I work for corporate America, and in the past 10 years, there was always whenever something goes bad with a certain industry, you always hear about, but the executives are getting paid their bonuses, blah blah blah, and there's always a big uproar. But I would expect that you would probably hear about these millions of dollars paid out to whomever every year, right? I mean, this is typically how it works, as far as I know. So
yeah, like I said, I mean, you think about a company going through bankruptcy and what that implies, and you start thinking about, well, we need leadership to get through this bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And they start talking about paying them extra money, and it kind of sucks, but at the same time, you kind of tend to understand a little bit about it.
Yeah, and the articles I read, true or not, I mean, the decision was made last year, right? This isn't something that just came out now after the closing was announced. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, the articles I read, the articles I read, and the articles that they've referenced was that this was incentive bonus to be paid on them making certain goals, but as far as I know, they didn't get paid. For
because they didn't meet their goals.
Those goals didn't happen.
Now, it could be that they didn't get paid because they didn't meet the goals. It could be never was a plan to pay these bonuses, but I'm not sure.
Who's playing with ratchets?
I think that's the pen that's in Brian's mouth.
No,
okay, I keep hearing the clicking place.
It's Jay Bruce. It's got to be Jay Bruce. No, it's Marcus, isn't it? You're nervous, Marcus. You got the nervous ratchet. Yeah,
I am the nervous ratchet. That's funny. so that just to cite sources here. That article is actually from a CNN Money story back from the 6th of December of last year. So obviously this is going to be this whole closing is going to put a damper on the toy industry as a whole. So I have another article here. This is from the LA Times, and you'll have to forgive me. Some of this I have to piece together because it's very specific about this store on the street and that kind of stuff. But there is some good stuff in here. So obviously the toy makers, Hasbro, Mattel, even some of the smaller ones, MGA and What are the other ones they list here? Well, you can probably name them off more than I could.
Jack Pacific and all them. Bandai.
That was a
Lego.
Bandai, yeah. So they've got, Imperial Alpha. They've got to figure out where to put this put this merchandise, because if you think about how long ago were these POs placed for this stuff, right? And now they're not going to be able to pay for it, so they're not going to send the stuff out. So now they've got to look to online retailers such as Amazon and go to places like even Kohl's and J.C. Penney's.
Anybody that'll take them.
Yeah, I mean the Kohl's and J.C. Penney have actually been expanding into some toys selections. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Excuse me. So obviously, that's going to put a damper on the industry at all. Do you think, Marcus, that any of these maybe smaller toy brands would have a problem getting a foothold in other retailers?
I think it's a definite possibility. They could send more product to Walmart, for God's sakes. I don't know if y'all been to Walmart, but their shelves are empty.
They're always empty.
Now, I don't know if that's a problem with their distribution or if it's a problem with them getting people to fill the shelves. But
there it is, right there.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of outlets now. I mean, if they get real desperate, they can, and I don't mean to say this disparagingly, but I mean, if they get desperate, they can go to the discount outlets like TJ Maxx's and
you're saying they're gonna liquidate, huh?
Ross's and things like that. I mean, it's a possibility. I had read some kind of article about KB coming back or something, but I don't know how true that is, and I don't know.
We're getting to that later.
Yeah.
Well, don't you remember Target had that one little section where it was like a collector friendly section?
Yeah.
Maybe Target could take that and run with it a little bit more and expand.
Marcus,
pick up some of that traffic from there.
Marcus, let me ask you this: how much stuff? And I don't know if you guys have at your particular location have started to move this yet. How much stuff are the toy companies willing to take back? I know in a past life I've closed out some stores and you'd ship your resellable product back to the manufacturer or the distributor. Is that something that you guys will do, or will it just be sell through and sell it down till it's 90% off?
From what I understand, it's complete liquidation. Like we'll be selling it through. Okay. Now, whether they've lined up someone to go through the warehouses and kind of empty that out, I'm not sure. But from what I understand, we're getting increased truckloads and everything just to get everything out of the warehouse and get everything sold.
So you think you guys will? Go ahead. No, I was just going to say they're going to roll through the inventory stock as much as possible that's in the warehouses.
Yeah,
just to burn through it.
As far as I know, I don't know of any vendors or anything or any company that's coming in to take whole cases or anything like that. I know some. Well, I know that the I'm not sure if y'all are familiar, but there's vendors that service the stores, and they'll have product in there that we don't necessarily own, and those companies have already started coming in and taking that.
So you guys had so there was product essentially on consignment in the stores.
Pretty much, it's like Pokemon cards and little things. I don't know how to explain it, but like little trinkets and stuff. We'll have
paper scan. They call that paper scan in the industry.
So it was like your stuff that you've got at the your checkout stuff, right? Some of your kiosk stuff, like the comic books and magazine vendor and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's like in a grocery store magazines that you only get paid for what they scan through the registers. Everything else is on the vendor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with that process. Okay. Do you see that part of the industry being in danger at all? With, I mean, do you think is that the same thing at like Walmart? Walmart, almost every Walmart now has that section up by the front of the store, and I guess Target does too, where it's Pokemon cards, baseball cards, WWE cards, all that stuff. Do you think those companies, those stores rather work off that same kind of consignment program or whatever you want to call it?
I think what will happen is either the companies that carry those items will either mark them down and try to sell them back to your Targets and your Walmarts, your Barnes and Noble and all that at a better price so that they can get them moved, or we're not mark them down to sell them to them, but you know what I mean, mark them down so that they can put them in those stores and go ahead and get them moved, or it'll just be more stock for those stores to have.
Okay.
So, let me ask you, like a lot of these stores are like they only have enough payroll for 2 weeks or a month or whatnot. So, these stores are going to be reducing prices. And after that, of course, I guess it would just go to the liquidators. I mean, send everything out, whatever we get out of these warehouses. Let's push it. Let's get that 30, 40, 50% on certain items, whatever we can. And then the liquidators are just going to come in and fucking chop it all up.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that, like, basically what's going on?
Well, from what I understand, the liquidators are already en route.
Oh, wow, they're already in there.
Yeah, I've been on vacation.
Yeah.
I've been on vacation while all this has happened, but supposedly the liquidation, I think it's going to start on the 22nd.
Yeah, I've seen different stores.
Yeah, my brother said it's going to happen Thursday because he works at Babies R Us.
Yeah.
So Thursday, I've heard Thursday as well for several of the stores locally to me. That's interesting. Do you think that ToysRUs.com is going to continue to be a viable resource for a collector, or is that going to go away as well? They mentioned
From what I understand, the .com is going to go on for a little while, but I don't know what they mean by that. I don't know if that's something that's safe from the liquidation.
Yeah.
Or what, but a lot of the items get pulled from the stores to get shipped out, so I really don't know how that's going to work.
Oh, wow. Not from the warehouse, comes from the stores.
Yeah, not necessarily from the warehouse.
Wow, that's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. And then once we start liquidating, if they're still going with .com sales, I mean, I'll be honest, people will start getting screwed out of their orders even more so because they'll be running out of the items that were
because the liquidators
supposed to be
are picking the bones clean. Yep.
Yeah.
Marcus, this has been something that I've known about obviously for a while, and in this, not necessarily even in just the Toys R Us issue, but just in general is venture capitalism. Now we discussed this a little before the show, and we may actually jump the shark with this tonight. We're getting a little bit into the politics of the retail business, but look, a lot of us that are sitting on this panel either used to or do currently work in retail, so we understand how this works. How much of an impact was the purchase of the company by Bain Capital? Bain Capital, yeah, that's who owns Toys R Us. People, Bain.
From what I understand, and I'm not real sure on the logistics of all this, but when Bain purchased the company, their plan was to take the company public within 3 years. I believe that was, I don't know exactly how long ago it was, but it was a little bit before I left, and we never went public again. So we're still a privately held company.
Well, I actually have an article here that'll, I think, fill in some of those holes.
Yeah.
And this is actually an article from the 15th, and this is from NASDAQ.com. What really killed Toys R Us and iHeartMedia. iHeartMedia is a large radio conglomerate and a billboard conglomerate, if you didn't know that. But that's just the article here. And this person named Martin Tillier says, I've said before, while capitalism may not be perfect, human history shows that it's the best economic system that we have devised so far. Despite that, critics of the system have often had a stereotypical vision of capitalists as evil people rubbing their hands together with glee as they inflict pain and suffering on others to maximize profit and add to their huge pile of wealth. Somebody cue the Monty Burns montage. The system is at its worst when it throws up stories that encourage that image. And over the past 24 hours, we've seen that. Iconic toy retailer Toys R Us has declared bankruptcy. Didn't come as a surprise on the surface, and the reason in each case would appear to be obvious. Both are businesses that have faced serious structural issues from changes in their respective industries. Retail struggles in the face of almighty Amazon and online sales generally are well known, but if you dig a little deeper, the obvious reasons don't tell the real story. And here's your Toys R Us story here. Back in 2005, Toys R Us was bought out by it was actually several companies, but Bain's the funniest one. Bain Capital, KKR and Company, and Vornado Realty Trust. Boy, that sounds awful. Vornado. Hey, let's name it Tornado, but change it to a V.
Do you guys remember the Vornado fans? They were pretty awesome.
12 months, Toys R Us in the 12 months prior had generated revenue of $11.2 billion versus $12 month revenue at the end of Q3 2017 of 11.1 billion. So keep that in mind, that the actual revenue only dropped off 1/10 of $1 billion. Despite both companies successfully minimizing the negative impact of changes, they're both bankrupt. So what happened? And the other one is iHeartMedia. I'm trying to read around that. The question lies, the other thing they have in common is a leveraged buyout by private equity that left the company saddled with a massive debt that ultimately killed them. Basically, Toys R Us had to have, I think it was somewhere around $430 million a quarter they had to pay against the leverage buyout, which killed the profitability of the company. This was the same thing that happened to KB Toys. KB Toys got bought by a venture capitalist firm, and the exact same thing happened.
Yeah.
So basically, you borrow money against what you're going to buy, and then borrow money against that, and it's like trading baseball cards with your friends, and eventually somebody's going to get screwed.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for someone to come in and save them.
Yeah,
Pick it up.
Yeah,
so,
because I was just gonna say, from what I understand, I mean, Toys R Us was posting profits. It's just they had this huge mortgage to pay, so to speak, right?
Yeah. Huge insurmountable debt.
yeah. The company careened toward bankruptcy for several reasons, including its inability to keep pace with customers shifting, but the $5 billion in debt stemming from its buyout that took the company private is what killed it.
When I saw things were going down is when they started blending their Babies R Us and Toys R Us together, putting the two of them together, because the toys couldn't just hold it anymore. You know, at certain locations, you know, the toys weren't moving as fast, so they combined the Babies R Us and Toys R Us together to try to push those sales. And then, like what I just said in the chat was like, you get a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm so sad it's gone. It's good," but if you really were a Toys R Us fan, you'd be going in there and purchasing those figures that are $2 more, or a little bit more than your Walmart and your Target. You would have been putting a little bit more money into their pocket. Not saying that's the reason why they're out, but don't cry about them being gone. But you window shopped every weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You found what you wanted, but you didn't want to spend that extra $250.
I went to Toys R Us this weekend with my two sons. Saturday, it was before lunch. It was early, and it was Black Friday busy. It was covered up. Now,
what was the percentages off there? 20, 30,
nothing,
40?
Nothing.
So there was no percentage off on it. Everything was full retail.
And it was lines. I mean, it was Black Friday busy, and I couldn't tell you last time I was in a Toys R Us when it was that busy. There was so much going on, it was hard to even find anything. We did buy. I probably spent about $100 in there that day. Hey, buddy. I bought these. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to my guys doing my show. Go upstairs, okay? What up, little man? Go upstairs. Yeah, I'm talking to Dust. Go upstairs, you putz. What a putz. Unsupervised children. Anyways, do you guys think? And I talked to several other people, in our Facebook group mostly, that had similar experiences this weekend. Do you think people were either looking for a bargain and just looked around anyways, or they were like, I better go one more time to Toys R Us? I hadn't been there in 10 years. What do you guys think?
Well, for me, I think the last thing I actually paid for at a Toys R Us was MP Soundwave.
Really?
How long ago was that? Every time I go in there, I walk in there, nothing that I want. And it's a stocking issue also. In my area is saturated because there's not many Toys R Us's up by me. So there's more collectors in the area, and things get fished out. And, of course, we all are left with the fodder of the waves and whatnot.
Sure.
And it's a computer-based ordering system. So if it shows 7 pieces on a shelf, it's not going to bring in the next case until it gets down to 4 pieces.
Right.
That's how computer-generated ordering works. So it doesn't say, "Oh my God, we sold out of the 2 hottest figures and we're only down." It doesn't do that. It's computer-generated. So if you have 5 figures left from wave 2, it's not going to regenerate an order until those figures reach a certain amount. So,
but did you know that Toys R Us is one of the first companies in the country back in the 80s to have a computer generated software.
Wow,
like
in
that.
the 80s, huh?
Yeah, back in
Wow.
the they were on top of things, and
Well, they were fucking smoking in the 80s, man. They were on top of their game. They were a discount toy store. They weren't an overpriced novelty toy store then. You know what I mean?
Right. They went from a baby furniture company to a toy retailer that carried baby furniture, and then back to baby furniture. And
they were the children's bargain town.
That's right. It's a very interesting story. I won't drain that slide, but there's a lot of cool YouTube videos to kind of tell the history of the company. And I didn't realize the first actual Toys R Us opened in Rockville, Maryland, not too terribly far from where I live now. I have no idea if that store's still there or not, but I thought that was interesting. There is a glimmer of hope out there, according to the Gwinnett Daily Post. Shout out to Google for finding these articles.
Yo, shout out to Gwinnett.
Hey, listen.
Gwinnett,
if you've never been to
Gwinnett if you're
County,
nasty.
Georgia, Gwinnett if you're nasty. And I just took a snippet of this article because it was mostly about what was going on in Gwinnett County. In Beaufort, Georgia, which I've spent a lot of time there, actually. The company, which filed for bankruptcy last fall, told the court that the high-performing U.S. stores could be packaged with Canadian stores in a sale. The company disclosed that it is engaged in discussions with certain interested parties for a transaction that could combine up to 200 of the top-performing U.S. stores with its Canadian operations, Toys R Us said in a statement. While discussions continued on this potential transaction, Toys R Us is seeking court approval to implement the liquidation of inventory in all U.S. stores, subject to a right to recall any stores included in the proposed Canadian transaction. Were you, Marcus, had you heard that?
Yes, I heard about it. The way it was presented to me, it sounded kind of like it was a pray for sunshine, prepare for rain situation.
Yeah.
Where, you kind of hope that, your store is the one that's bailed out or whatever, but, don't, go ahead and be looking for a job and, try to figure out your next move because you don't want to depend on that.
Are they offering you at the store level any sort of incentive to stay on to ride it out, basically?
I think that's going to come after we get paid out, basically.
Okay.
We're guaranteed pay for a certain amount of time, and I think once we get past that point, they'll offer something, but it'll be, the liquidators will be offering it. And I don't know how, I don't know what form that comes in, because I've actually liquidated a Toys R Us here in Memphis before, and I know that the check that we got for it came way after the fact. So I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that sticking around in the hopes of a check coming in the mail in 6 months is the best idea. Yeah,
it's not. And I've been part of chains. I worked in the fucking video rental chain business, so I watched some people ride it out. But yeah, I mean, there were companies that they were closing locations. Wasn't necessarily a liquidation situation, but it was a if you stay on, there's $1,000 bonus for you at the end if you run this store until we close it and get everything packed up and out, and we'll pay you your salary plus $1,000 bonus.
Yeah,
which is kind of funny considering the bonuses that you actually got if the store is performing well.
Yeah.
So right now there's no severance or anything, right? That's from what I was reading. Like there's nothing offered to their higher level associates or their lower level associates.
Yeah, no. From what I understand, nobody in the company is getting a severance unless something's changed. Like I said, we got a certain amount of time that we're going to get paid for. Obviously, we're expected to work.
All right, fuck it. We're gonna roll a truck up to the back door.
We're gonna roll a truck and we're gonna roll one up.
Yep. And I just want to elaborate on that. I mean, typically,
look out for the new R.O.C. toys.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll talk. We'll talk
in fall 2018.
I've got the plug.
Yeah, but I want to elaborate that. So typically, when it comes to severance, like when people get laid off, right, they get severance, things like that. This is where the company is defaulting on itself, right? It's just it's going away. So that's why there's no severance really in this.
Yeah, I think there's nothing to pay. I think that's just what it is. There's no money for them to pay us.
Well, because it's funny, because I mean, obviously, so far as we know, dispelled possibly fake news with this, $1 million bonus stuff. But like people are saying, pay it out to the employees. But you got to understand, they're not getting laid off. The company is gone, right?
Yeah.
You know, so
So
Yeah,
so
there's
now
no-
are you guys able to collect unemployment benefits?
as far as I know,
that
that should be an
situation?
option. As far as I know, that should be an option.
So until
But-
you guys could get get you guys feet on the ground and get running and find
Yeah.
some other
But
joint.
that,
gig.
but that will keep people working until they say there's no more work. Because
yeah,
if you quit, that's a different story.
yeah,
for
you
the
can't.
guy.
Yeah, if you quit, you're not going to collect any type of fucking.
You got,
Yeah.
you got to try to ride it out. So, I know you said you were on vacation. What is the overall, I guess, temperature of the employees at your location been since this news? Did you guys kind of, but the writing's been on the wall for a while, but does everybody there kind of have a sense of any sort of loyalty to stay around and help, or are they dropping like flies?
Well, right now, from what I've understood, because we're offering full-time hours and overtime, because
Nice.
just to
Now you
basically-
want to give the full time
Yeah.
overtime. Yeah. Yeah.
Basically
Past
to get
5
people-
years, I'm working 22 hours a week. Family. Now you want
But-
me to work 40? Fuck you.
So there is some people that have that attitude, and there's some people that
Yeah. We're going to give you a raise for 3 weeks. You got $5 more an hour for 3 weeks.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure
but
there's
there are some people who are excited to get paid because
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you can ride that out and make that money while it's
Look.
there, and then get some unemployment
have
while you
something-
look for a new gig.
something
Yeah,
cut
have
out there
something
for a second.
planned off right
Can
at
you
this
hear me?
right time. You could be sitting good. You know?
Hey, Marcus, I had another quick question to you. Going back to the private buyouts and things like that. So I visited my Toys R Us today, and I was talking to the cashier. She had been working there since 1993, and she was telling me something. She's like, well, I don't know if she was grossly misinformed or horribly naive or whatever, but she's like, she's like, this store is privately owned, and supposedly there's a buyer or something like that. Like, is that more or less more, like, are there like franchise stores, I guess, or like what's it?
As far as I know, there's nothing like that. Now she might be talking about the 200 stores that are possibly getting bought out.
Yeah, that's what
But
I
as
think.
far as I know, none of that information has come down. I've never heard of a franchise Toys R Us. I mean, I guess it's possible, but it's just not something I've ever heard of.
Okay, so
Yeah, I had not heard of it. Especially with everything that's happened with the company, you wouldn't think those would be. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
I know, like, I worked for a company for a long time called Movie Gallery, who was actually bought Hollywood Video, and everybody's heard of Hollywood Video.
Oh, yeah.
They bought Hollywood Video in the dying days of the industry, and that actually killed both of them out. But they had like 4 franchise stores that, like, the original owners had when they sold to the main corporation. They had kept the 4 franchises down in like South Alabama or some nonsense like that. So I mean, stranger things have happened, but I think she's probably just grossly misinformed.
Yeah.
And it may be that guess what? They are privately owned by a venture capitalist firm. So I mean, she's not wrong, but she's just horribly misinformed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Are horribly misinformed. So this is the dying of a giant, but news has popped up today, and this is an article on LinkedIn. If you have a LinkedIn membership, you can read this article. It says KB Toys is coming back, and wow, what a response from the industry. Strategic Marks LLC has been successful in bringing back many of the popular products and companies over the last 10 years because we follow a very strict formula to bring back experiences we loved as a child, just as you remembered them. With KB Toys, we had to also look at why they initially failed and make sure those mistakes won't be made again. With Toys R Us closing so quickly, it caught us by surprise, so we've spent the last few days with our team and leaders in the toy industry to figure out how we can accelerate the project so our stores can open for the Christmas season. When we're ready, you'll be very happy with the results.
Did you see the follow-up article? Supposedly there was breaking news that
Breaking news.
sales on red pens had gone up today, and people were totally blown away by it.
5 point Sharpies. The fine red point Sharpies jumped extremely high today.
Buy your stock, people. Buy your stock and Sharpies.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Now, the company, this Strategic Marks LLC, and I read another
Give us a little
article.
history. You got some history on them?
Yeah, so basically what they do is they go, give me just a second. they go out and find companies that have defaulted on their trademark names. For example, this is an article on a website called therockfather.com, spelled different. And they talk a little bit about so do you guys remember Marshall Fields at all? The like department store chain.
Oh, I thought that was Mrs. Fields' husband.
I thought you were talking Marshall Warfield from Night Court.
No, it's basically let's see. They got into they first came on the radar years back. They got an illegal tussle with Macy's over a plan to revive another former retail name close to this kid. Blah blah blah. Marshall Fields. For those wondering how someone can swoop and restart a company that they never affiliated with the first time around, it all comes down to trademark law. The simplest explanation is use it or lose it when it comes to valuable names. Some call these zombie trademarks. The International Trade Association explained the process. Basically, that during the Macy's dispute, Strategic Marks was able to acquire several legacy brands while Marshall Fields remained under Macy's ownership. They pointed out non-use of a mark for 3 consecutive years creates a rebuttable presumption of abandonment, which opens the door for someone else to claim the trademark and use it for identical purposes. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was running my wrestling promotion, you guys remember the AWA back in the day that ran out of the Twin Cities? So Vern Gagne ran the AWA, and the AWA had been absorbed at some point in time by the WWE, WWF, but the name was not in use. Well, someone named Dale Gagne, literally his name was spelled the same, but pronounced differently, had started another AWA promotion. And actually reached out to my organization about becoming an affiliate. Basically, we pay them money and they'd put us on their shitty website. We didn't do it, but long story short, WWE ended up suing them and winning for copyright infringement. But that's essentially what they did. They did the zombie trademark law. So,
so basically, this company's just buying it to say we got it right now. Doesn't mean they're actually going to be going all out and starting the company.
I think what they've got right now is a captive audience.
Because of what's going on with Toys R Us,
in a vacant workforce or unemployed workforce rather, that I think they could probably take advantage of to an extent.
Quick cash grab.
So, Marcus, let me just ask you this: let's say this company decides they're opening a KB in Memphis, and they approach you. Are you interested at all? Or are you done in the toy business?
I don't think I want to get involved in anything like that until they get their feet on the ground at least.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I mean, depending on if I have work during the Christmas season or not, it might be a good seasonal job.
Sure.
But the thing is, I don't personally – I could see them doing this, but at the same time, I don't know logistically how they're going to pull it off. I mean, I know it's March, but it's the end of March. And it takes a lot of work to get those stores thrown up, put together, get contracts signed, everything.
You know what? Honestly, not really, because in the grocery industry, there was a bunch of pathmarks that went out. Acme came in and assimilated the store in a weekend.
Really?
Easily. Just that fast. Just that fucking fast, man.
Like those Halloween stores?
Just that fast. They just came
like
in,
the Halloween stores.
Signing everything within a weekend. The stock stayed on the shelf because they bought everything from the other stores. Assimilated, done.
Yeah. Now, I'll say this. If KB came in and they said, hey, we're the company that's buying your store, would you like to stay on as a manager? Same pay, everything. I'd be sure. Yeah, I'd stay on for a little while.
FAO Schwartz is also making a comeback. I know that was a brand. What was the relationship between FAO and Toys R Us? Because I know at one point in time there was like an FAO section in Toys R Us.
Yeah, we purchased FAO Schwartz. From what I understood, we purchased FAO Schwartz back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And I may be wrong on this, but anyway, we purchased FAO Schwartz, or we purchased the trademark or some of the trademark in order to carry some of the items in the store. That's when we started getting FAO items. We started getting things like Animal Alley.
That's the teddy bears and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
we first started getting those things. And then probably about think it was a year or two ago, all of a sudden, just kind of out of nowhere, we had like a month to get rid of everything FAO Schwartz. We had a month to get rid of everything that said Home Depot on it. We had a month to get rid of a couple of other things. They were all branded outside of the store. And I think that was kind of a sign of, hey, we're in trouble. We can't pay for the trademarks anymore.
Yeah. Because remember back in the day, you used to be able to buy Home Depot like action figures and fucking
the play sets and the
play
little
sets
ones
and shit like that.
Now,
Yeah.
Now it's the same exact items, except it's supposedly it's our brand. It's called Just Like Home. So
right.
It was just interesting watching that happen.
So it appears that that's going to, from what this reads, is FAO Schwartz is set to open a flagship location. In addition, they're going to be doing airport shops with Hudson News, which is normally what you see in an airport. So
yeah,
that is just very interesting that either of those is trying to make a comeback. So
and from what I understood, FAO Schwartz was always an upscale toy place anyway.
Oh it was higher grade.
Like you wouldn't be going there to get Marvel Legends or anything, but you would go there if you want to get your kid like a real wood pinball machine or something like that,
or a piano you could play with your feet.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, hey buddy, you're going on a flight, can you hit the the boutique toy store in the
welcome to the $80 teddy bear.
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah,
it's got crystal eyes.
But I know it wouldn't happen in a million years, but it would be interesting if they were still a higher end toy place and they started selling Mezco 112 and Hot Toys at retail.
Yeah, that definitely would be.
Marcus, I got to say one thing, man. I'm sorry this is going down, man, and I'm sure you're a very talented dude. You land on your feet and make shit work for yourself, man. But we're all fucked up from the situation, man. Whether you're a fan of the show, a fan of the store, or a fan, or just basically an employee or whatnot, man. It just sucks, man. It really is, but it's big business.
Yeah, Marcus uses the opportunity to move a little east.
Yeah,
like, there's people in the chat being like, I'm near East Tennessee. I remember being on family car trips, and my grandfather lived in Memphis, and I knew Memphis was in Tennessee, and my mom would be like, we're in Tennessee. I'm like, great, we're almost there. She's like, no, Tennessee's very long.
It's a very long, like 7 hours to get across Memphis. Funny story. Before Marcus was in the realm, I used to work in Memphis with my old job, and I lived in Alabama. I traveled to Memphis every other week, and his store that he works at, I've probably been in 20 times. Yeah, and it's funny because the first time we talked one time in one of the unbroadcasted chats, I said, yeah, you guys had, I don't know if you guys remember because I sent a picture, they had a fucking mountain of them fucking Black Series TIE fighters. How many of those did you guys have at one time, Marcus?
We probably had 20 to 30 of those things, seriously, at one time.
Why did your store have so many? Because you didn't see that at most Toys R Us stores. You saw two.
The only thing I could toss it up to is, a distribution mistake. They might have, and it could have been that we got them in really quick and sold them right away, and that it hit the algorithm just right. If what Dust was saying earlier is if it won't send one in until you hit 4, but let's say you get 2 in and you sell them right away. Well, they're going to send you 4, and then you sell those 4. They're going to send you 8. It might have just happened that they were just hitting that algorithm. We were hitting that algorithm with Black Panther figures like crazy. Well, we just got a case after case after case of Black Panther figures in, and we still don't have any on the shelf.
It just shows you, like, if you give your manager, your department manager, whether they're in charge of action figures or video games and whatnot, a little bit more carte blanche to do their job and don't micromanage, they know what's going on and they know to bring the product in.
Marcus, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I thought you were gonna say that they were too big to sneak out the back door. That's why I had so many, knowing it's Memphis and everything. So
now, it's funny, Dust, that you say that, because back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we used to have something called merch requests.
Mm-hmm.
And our store manager gave us the ability to merch request items.
And that's why we had all that overstock on the shelves.
Well, we went in, and me and a friend of mine, we were real big into the Gundam series. And as soon as we found out Gundam was going to be popular, we merch requested a bunch of Gundam. and it
45
was,
cases. You took the 6 figures you wanted out of those cases, and everything else stayed on the shelves. Yeah.
No, actually, we sold through the Gundams pretty good, but yeah, it was interesting.
It's funny. You remember when starting lineups were big?
Oh
I
God, yeah.
I was at Walmart at the time, and a fellow ASM was ordering all these starting lineups because he was reselling them online, and then it was to the point where basically like a half of aisle was just the fodder of nobody wanted starting lineups. In a half an aisle in like the flex section of the toy, it wasn't even on the mod. It was like a flex section where you could just put whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, that dude wasn't working anymore for that company.
Yeah, they cut off the merch request shortly after that. And, and to go back to what Brian said, Brian, they don't care what size box it is, man. They'll just run out the front door with it.
Yeah, I don't live in Memphis, and honestly, I didn't stay. I stayed in what's that little town across the Mississippi line?
South Haven or something.
I stayed in South Haven most of the time when I came.
Man, South Haven is just as bad.
Dude, it is now. Yeah, I saw South Haven get worse the two years I was working there.
Yeah.
Well, Marcus, thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming on here and just coming out and telling us a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes, man. We appreciate it. I'm sure the listeners appreciate it. The chat squad appreciates it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you all very much.
Yeah, thanks again, Marcus. I appreciate you taking time to come on and being willing to share your story. I know a lot of people probably be hesitant to do that, but
well, I mean, what are they going to do? Fire me? I don't
Right. Exactly. That's what I asked Chris earlier. I'm like, are you sure he wants to come on here and tell us his name and tell us, that he works for the company? Because, I don't know, maybe there's something in the future, maybe.
Hey, Marcus, I had a couple things for you. I was curious, are you guys going to be selling your displays? You got any cool display items to sell?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. We got a lot of cool Lego displays.
Yeah. Hey, I was curious. Actually, just a sidebar real quick on Lego. Talking to some folks that are in the realm and heavily into Lego. Like Lego comes and curates their area, right? Like, are they one of the first people? Like, no, we're taking all this stuff, or
no, because we paid for all that stuff. Lego,
cool.
They're probably the first people to say, hey, we're not sending you over here anymore. And they could possibly come and say, hey, we're going to take these displays, because I don't know what the rights are to those displays versus, because they could come and take them to, Target or Walmart or something.
So if they're in the back of somewhere, if they're in the back of a Buick, they ain't going to Walmart or Target.
Hey, real quick, Marcus, everybody in the chat is saying thank you very much for popping in here.
Thank you all. I appreciate the opportunity to come on.
Well, I hope you shed some light on some of these guys' questions and got them thinking about what's going on here now. So
yeah, and hey, one more thing, Marcus, I'm curious. So with your tenure there, do you have any like interesting employee memorabilia from Toys R Us?
Interesting employee memorabilia.
Do you have he's basically saying, do you have a Jeffrey the Giraffe costume?
Man, I have.
Brian would like to.
I was going to ask, how many Jeffrey costumes are out there, and what do we need to do to get one?
Somewhere in some crate or some box somewhere, I have a blue vest with Toys R Us on the back of it.
Wow, the old school one.
Yeah, and I might have an old red shirt with Toys R Us on. Of course, I've got a couple of new blue T-shirts. Couple of things I've gotten over the years, like some pins and stuff like that, but nothing too terribly interesting.
Well, I'm putting a bounty out there right now. If anybody can bring me the head of Jeffrey.
Chris, how dope would that be to have the fucking head of Jeffrey?
Dude, that's what I'm fucking saying.
Look, we'll talk afterwards.
Yeah, you definitely.
I've got PayPal. I'm PayPal ready for a fucking Jeffrey costume. If I can get the whole costume, I'll make
the whole costume's a plus. But if you just get
the head, yeah. Now we're talking.
Chris, that would be
Marcus,
so dope, man.
Thank you very much. All nonsense aside, it sucks. Your situation sucks, but you sound like a very smart guy. I don't know you that well, but I think you're going to land on your feet there in the Memphis market. Just buy your Kevlar and you'll be good to go, my man.
Yep.
All right. We'll catch you. We'll catch you in the after show and in the realm, man. All right. Take care.
Thank you, Marcus, man.
Later.
Peace.
So, that was really cool to have him on, and I'm glad we got an opportunity to talk about that. And like we've said, I think that probably kind of puts a bow on that conversation, unless something batshit crazy happens in the next week, because liquidation apparently is coming at the end of next week.
Yeah.
So if you've got a store that wasn't on the original list, it sounds like this coming Thursday is when you'll start seeing the discounts.
The
roll
hammer
in.
comes down.
That's right.
Shit, man.
Yeah, the band hammer.
sucks, man.
I
It
got
really does
meetings
suck.
all day Thursday morning. I'm like, I'd love to get there at opening.
I think I actually may be able to swing something, because I actually have something. I've got to be somewhere at like 7:30 for a meeting. I'm going to a trade show basically, but I don't go to the show. I'm there when they open to talk to people, and then I'm there at lunch to talk to people. So I'll have this like 4-hour gap. So I'll see if I can run and hit some places.
Sneak out a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of memories from Toys R Us. A lot of it's just the changing times, man. It'll just be something we'll talk to our grandkids about. You used to be able to
It's not going to be the last company we see that's doing it. I mean, there's a lot more coming. So
no, there were 30 businesses, retail businesses, that filed for bankruptcy last year.
And once again, to reiterate, it's not so much that they were put out of business. It's one of those weird venture capital things, right? Like,
yeah, and that's not going to be anywhere near the end of that kind of stuff.
these
I mean,
push
right.
the money in the wrong direction. That's all it
That's
was.
right.
if the company you work for gets purchased by a venture capitalist firm, just know
done.
you've got
Dude,
5 to 10 years, man.
Yeah, if
Because
you watch,
they're going to bleed you out. That's all
Yep.
it is.
yeah, dude, I
It's
think,
sort of like when like Tony Soprano
dude, Dusty,
taking over,
yes,
taking
totally
over
gonna
that
say
fucking
that.
sporting
Yep.
goods store. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
fucking shout out to Robert Patrick, right? T2, right? He's like,
Robert Patrick, man.
they just bled him dry.
Yep.
And that's literally what it is. I mean, they were
Yeah.
paying.
What am I
you
gonna
know-
do next? The liquidators are coming.
Yeah,
That's it. You owe
they
me
were
money.
paying. They were paying.
Fuck you, pay me.
Almost.
Fucking pay me.
Yeah, they were paying so much out on that note that they couldn't do it. So that's exactly it. Right. I need to go back and watch, man. I haven't watched The Sopranos in so long. I remember that now that you say it, but that would not have
Oh,
crossed my
Chris,
mind.
man, I just read it a
Otherwise-
couple of months ago and
Hey.
it was fucking excellent.
Hey, Chris, if you're gonna binge watch, dude, to play it out over a long time. I binge watched in like 2 months, and
Yeah, well, I did the same thing. like
it
2-3
made me a
months,
very
yeah.
bitter person.
Yeah,
Dude, I was going into work smacking motherfuckers.
yeah. I remember
Fuck
when
you.
I was
Stock the shelves.
I was a district manager at a video chain when that was on, and I almost bought some banded shirts, with the elastic band around the bottom. Yeah, I was close. I had
It's
some
just funny
shiny
how,
shirts.
like, when you watch a certain TV show and you're binge watching, some of that absorbs into your everyday life.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, listen. Sometimes Don Draper gets the best of you.
I know. I
You
just,
know-
I just did a Madman. I just
Do
did
you-
a
do you-
Madman run.
You want to get some Pall Malls and some fucking.
I went to Applebee's. I asked for an old fashioned. They looked at me sideways.
Yeah, let me get an old fashioned and a carton of Pall Mall.
A Lucky Strikes. He was
Crazy
a Lucky
stuff.
Strike guy.
Yeah, that's right. He was a Lucky
Lucky
Strike guy. I like to buy the. Yeah, that was good stuff at the end. All right, Mr. Brink,
Yo, yo.
you wanna lay it out there for the chat squad?
Dude, fuck yeah. Look at this. It's fucking madness tonight.
That was awesome. Thank you, everybody. Hey, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so. We got 59 jackals watching and 45 thumbs up. Wait a minute, 46. Sorry, I didn't do my job.
I mean,
Yeah,
seriously,
come on, let's get that like fucking train going, man. Like spike that shit.
dude, this strikes a chord for sure. So, starting out here for March 19th, we have Nightwing in them. Shout out to the Rock singles. We
What is that, like cheese? You peel it off and throw it on a sandwich.
individually wrapped, absolutely. All right, Primacon was in here. X-Core 84, Sunday Heat, EE Prime 20, Cabalta, Hurricane BX, KJ Smith, Josh F, True Star Screamer, Classic Scuzz, Soundwave Will, Deluxe Baldwin. We had Eric B in here. Ralph L was in here. He was also a TRU employee. So best wishes to you, my friend. Larry Leslie was in here. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, man. What's up, bro?
Adamus, Nitron, Night of Ren, Tiger Tracks. Don, haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, your kitchen looks great, Don. By the way,
Yo, he's been putting major work.
Yep.
Hey, we put up I didn't do it. My father-in-law put up, my father rather put up a backsplash, and it looks phenomenal.
Oh, you gotta love a good black splash. Black splat.
Yeah, all right. Have another one.
All right. Sean S is in here. Codimus was in here. Walter G Money, Energon Addict, Lord Shadowkeeper, Cromdor was in here. Andrew, is good to meet up with you again this weekend. Catch 26, Sam M, Adrian was in here. Adrian A, Paul C was in here, and Jay Ruse. I don't know if you're listening, but your joke before with the J's exchanged with H's, he responded, "Ha ha ha," spelled with J's. So.
I think Jay Ruse has left the building.
Yeah. Anna was in here. Brad D. We had Nick the Honey Child. Brammer was in here. Katron, Danny V, Shellformer, Ty Prime, Rogor 71, Lionel M. Hello. We had QC 4073. His name is Joe. He's been in the group. He is new to the chat. Thank you for joining, sir. We had Cliff B, Lucas B, Lotus Stark. Go check out Open Your Toys podcast if you haven't done that. That's a good show. Studio Dre was in here. Joe H, kicking ass in the Rock Weight Loss Challenge. River Bots was in here. Frogman 78.
Frogman.
Frogman. Hey, shout out to Frogman real quick. Frogman bought 4 mugs. He bought 2 mugs, 2 round mugs, and then he bought 2 KJ Sparkles Etchbox mugs. And man, sad to say, we lost a man on that trip. Cobra mug. Cobra did not last, man. I packed the fuck out of those, and I don't know if the guy stepped up. But he has another one en route. We got him fixed up.
Cool.
So.
All right, cool. Marcus, our guest, was in here tonight as well. And we had Paul L, Dolcar Toys and Stuff, Rob M, Iconic Toys, Gabriel was in here, Beezy Fresh, Jiraiya Sama 7. We had Joe V, Russ the Muss, Jason Y, The Intangible Cog. That is the first one. Thank you for joining. And Gabe Infinity Watch.
How many people was that? Did you count them?
Dude, don't make me go back and count.
Well, right now we have 61 viewers, so
that's awesome. Thanks.
Viewers. We're getting higher and higher every week. I want to get 100. I want to get to 100 live views.
100.
Well, and Chris, Beezy Fresh wants to know if your wife can do any logo whatsoever.
Message me.
Don't slide up in his wife's DM.
Actually, you know what's funny? That's actually what's going to happen because I've told her, I was like, I hate playing middleman for you because
so
I'm not
slide up in KJ's DM.
We had it. I'm not going to put anybody's business out there till they do it themselves. I had a group of people hit me up and wanted something done and saw it, so I kind of brokered the deal for her. But going forward, I'll just have you or hit her up. It's Etchbox. It's Get Etched, I believe, on Facebook. Just hit her up and she can do any logo pretty much out there unless it's just so freaking complicated. She's done some pretty complicated stuff, but just hit her up.
Hey, Dust etched her. Etched her?
Didn't even know her. I knew her.
Esther?
Esther. Who? Esther. All right.
I lost you, man.
It's all right. Too many.
So hey, once again, thanks to Marcus for coming on and sharing his story while we kind of went through the Toys R Us final chapter here.
I mean, all things considered, I'm sad, man. I'm really sad.
I will tell you what kind of choked me up. What's his name? Is it? I hate to say it's Ashy Larry. I don't know the dude's real name.
The Dolan Rollins. I have it on my Instagram.
Posted, that's where I saw it. It's this really sad kind of, dramatic Toys R Us kid, and then he's like walking through the store hugging teddy bears and crying. And
there was that one dude that just did that dramatic Toys R Us music, and he put it with a video.
It's like Gary Jules' Mad World, but it's that. Yeah, it's great. So
I don't want to grow up.
Yeah.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. It kills, man. It kills.
That's a big part of all of our childhood, man. I mean, it was a big,
man.
you know, I remember the town I grew up in when I was, well, I say I grew up in, when I was till the third grade, we lived in a little town in Tennessee, Tullahoma. There was not a Toys R Us there, so my aunt lived in outside Huntsville. So when we'd come visit every couple months or whatever, so it was a big deal to go to Toys R Us. And I have fond memories of that. And yeah, as an adult, I think probably my fondest memory of that Toys R Us, this was back before they started redesigning everything. The episode 1 toy release was bananas. I mean, it was, you know, people with full shopping carts. Those figures that Dust cherished for so long. And like we bought lightsabers, and we're lightsaber fighting in the parking lot. And, you know,
dude, that's great stuff, man.
The one thing that I remember is growing up in Brooklyn. This is back when I was a kid in Brooklyn. Was like there was a Toys R Us, but it was in such a fucking obscure, fucking area. The bus took you to the mall, right? You got the Kings Plaza Mall, but there was no bus to take you even further down to the highway where fucking Toys R Us was. So you would have to get to the mall and then walk like fucking a half a mile to Toys R Us if you didn't have a car. Because, you know, I grew up in the ghetto. My mom didn't have a car. So this is what we did. We took the bus to the mall, and then we have to walk a half a mile to fucking Toys R Us, which was down Flatbush Avenue. That was going down towards the Belt Parkway highway. So, yeah, it was crazy, man. Crazy shit, man. So that's the memory that I have. And then walking in and having the picking up the video games and the bikes with the little fucking envelopes, the little pieces of paper, and taking it to that window with the wood and the fucking chicken wire.
Yeah.
Was that, you know?
Yeah. So Dust, two memories very specific to that. One is I remember in my Toys R Us, you had to walk down a hallway to get, and they would basically drop you off at the middle aisle of the store. And when the video games started coming out, you could see, like, I remember, what was it 1990, 91 when the Game Boy came out? I can't remember. Maybe it was 89.
I'm talking like 81, 82.
So, but I just remember like
76.
Like, when the Game Boy first came out, like I remember the third ticket, I think, was the one for Super Mario Land. And like I'd walk up the aisle, I'm like, damn it, they still don't have it yet, you know, kind of thing. And also too, shout out to my dad. For some reason, he always pronounced Toys R Us as Toy-saurus, like toys.
Soar. Because like a dinosaur. Right?
That's the way he would do it. I was like, I always loved that little idiosyncrasy of his. It's just kind of funny.
Well, you know what? It's new times. Let's get over it, man. You can just go onto Amazon and all these online shit and get it here within 2 days. So
it's over. Absolutely.
It's over. It's over.
All right, Mr. Brink. Why don't you tell the good folks where you at?
Oh, Brian Brink in the Facebook groups, of course, and at Brinkalizer on Instagram.
Young Daniel.
RV_Dent on Instagram, and you'll find me squatting in the nearby True.
Jay Ruse, are you there? Okay, Dust.
Yo, Dust Mites on Instagram, Eddie Dust Mites in the Facebook groups, Dust Mites on Xbox Live. Don't forget, Of Cabbages and Kings digital on Nathan Haskell's Bandcamp. You could hit him up personally on Instagram or Facebook, Nathan Haskell, and get the CD version of the album, which has 3 extra tracks on it. So we have actual live fucking albums there, man. Thank you guys, man. Good night tonight, man. Shout out to Marcus.
Unlike Toys R Us, they have product.
Yes, we have product.
I'm Pinkerton on Instagram. That's PNKR10. Christopher Adam Pinkerton on the good book, because that's what my mama named me. Crashbox Customs on all your social media. How do you display? That's going to do it for us tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that. I'm done talking.
I like that. How do you display? That's great. We're going to have an R.O.C hangout afterwards. I'll post the link in the Facebook group. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there because I got to do.
I would imagine Marcus is going to pop back in. Oh, I'm talking. And probably it would be able to answer any questions you have.
Yeah, talk about that. So if you want to talk to him or get some things off your chest, that's the place to go. Link will be in the Facebook group. Hopefully I'll pop in after the next show that I do and see you guys there. Nothing? Anything? Anybody? Jay Roos, gonna take us out?